If you're a top laner, you know of Darius, the Hand of Noxus. You either love playing him or you absolutely hate playing against him. But regardless of how you feel on the Rift, you have to admit, he's got some pretty dope skins. What's up, you knuckleheads? This is Josh, and today we are back putting all of the skins for one League of Legends champion into a tier list from best to worst. I did one of these for Jinx way back in the day, and I have meant to do these for other champions. Unfortunately, other things have kind of gotten in the way, and this does take a little bit of a long time, so if this is the type of video that you do like to see, go ahead and smash the like and the subscribe button. That lets me know that this is something that I should keep doing and putting out more frequently. Regardless if you do, I'm going to try and do that more frequently. But let's just get into Darius' skins because he has some good ones.
They will regret opposing me.
First up, we have Lord Darius. Now this was Darius' release skin from way back in 2012, so obviously it's not going to have all the bells and whistles that we would expect from a skin today. So no surprise that this one's going to be cheap and not really one that a lot of Darius mains are going to prioritize. No unique animations, the effects on his abilities are basically just reshaders of his base skin's abilities. Thematically, it doesn't even go into one of the more beloved skin lines, so that's not like a completionist sort of thing. The splash art isn't much to write home about, and just overall, this isn't thematically a very strong skin. Even worse, it's not even that cheap, it's 975 RP, but he actually has other skins that are cheaper than this skin, and in my opinion, they're better. So this one's going to be low on the tier list. I'm going to put it in the if you've got spare orange essence tier. I know that I just ragged on the skin a lot, but it is at least worth getting because it's cheap and it's not like offensive to look at. It's a basic cheap skin, nothing to write home about.
Death by my hand.
Now Darius' second skin that he forgot, Bioforge Darius, has actually held up very, very well. It comes in at the same price point as Lord Darius, and in my opinion, it's a lot more unique, creative, and just better looking. No, it doesn't come with the bells and whistles, but the design and the aesthetic of the splash skin and the model are at least pretty unique and fun to look at. And as a result, it is deserving of some respect. Not enough to put it in the you must own tier, but more than the bottom two tiers, so it's really between the real mains own and the buy if it's on sale tier. And I'm gonna say, I think real mains own this skin. It shows you've been playing Darius for a long time, it's unique, it's older, and it just looks really fucking cool. So I think if you're a Darius main, this is a skin you should have, and it doesn't cost that much, which is nice.
With overwhelming force.
And honestly, the same can be said for Woad King Darius, a 2013 skin, also costing 975 RP. I was really tempted to put this in the must own. I think the William Wallace parallels to Darius are just spot on. The skin looks great, the splash is cool, thematically it works so well for Darius. The only thing that holds it back is it just doesn't have the bells and whistles, the animations, the effects. It looks good, it looks very good for an older skin. I think it's definitely a skin that Darius mains should own. It's not quite top tier, but for 975 and for a skin that came out in 2013, definitely worth it.
I'm the full package. Playmaker. Spine breaker.
I'm not even going to bury the lead on this one. Dunkmaster Darius is just an epic skin. Not only is it cool and unique and thematically fitting for Darius, but the animations on it, oh, they're just so good. I mean, this is a must-own skin if you're a Darius player. This is probably a must-own skin if you're a League of Legends player in general. It's just such a fun skin, it's such a fun theme. It's been tried to be done with other champions like Ivern, but for Darius, it just works too well. It's perfect. Plus it comes with new voice lines, which is just, it's absolutely the best skin that Darius has.
Witness true strength.
And then Academy Darius continues the streak of older skins that are pretty cheap, and yet they're really good. For 750 RP, Academy Darius holds up very, very well. Thematically, I think this was a great choice for Darius, being the sort of gruff bad boy of the class. No, the effects and animations aren't anything really to write home about, but this is a really cool skin. It looks really nice, the model looks clean, the splash is awesome, thematically it's a good fit. I just think, you know, for 750 RP, can you really go wrong? This is one that you don't even have to wait for a sale. I think if you're a Darius main, you just snatch this up whenever you can. It's a good skin to rock anytime you're playing.
Unmatched power!
The next skin that was released chronologically was Dreadnova Darius, and it's his only skin that is currently not unlockable. It's one that is vaulted and unavailable for purchase. If I'm being honest though, you're not missing out on a lot by this skin not being available. It is Darius's worst skin. It just looks so stupid and ugly. Darius's model looks sort of like a mech, which could be kind of cool, like the idea of a mech Darius, but for some reason it just looks cheap. It looks like if you asked your parents for a transformer and they came back with like transforming bots, which has a school bus that turns into a wimpy robot that doesn't even have any weapons. Now, the fact that it doesn't have a cost listed because it's in the vault makes it kind of hard to rank, but I'm going to just say I don't think that this is a skin you would even want to get in a mystery box. This is kind of a shitty skin, and if you're a Darius main, this is probably not going to be the one that you're ever using.
Noxus will rise.
King Darius is the next skin that was released for the champion back in 2018, and this is actually Darius's most expensive skin. It's 1820 RP, so you would naturally expect for there to be a lot of bells and whistles and cool animations and new dialogue voices, just like you got with Dunkmaster Darius. But alas, that is not what you're getting with King Darius. This skin sucks. Now on the positive side, I will say that the model of the champion does look pretty good, and it does have a neat recall animation. But for 1820, you really need to be giving us more Riot. I mean, other than those two things that I just mentioned, the other thing that's really new and unique that we're getting for King Darius is a new indicator for his passive, which, I mean, yeah, it looks cool, but it's not that mind-blowing. And the new voice, honestly, it wasn't doing anything for me. I think Darius's voice on its own is pretty cool, and so the voice lines in Dunkmaster were kind of campy and fun, but for King, they were just trying to make him more menacing, and it just didn't work for me. Darius is already menacing enough. So if this was like a 1350 skin, I would say it's probably a, buy if it's on sale. But for 1820, honestly, don't even bother. Just if you've got the spare essence lying around or you got a skin shard that you can upgrade, then yeah, fine, but I would not even consider buying this with real money if it was in my discounted shop.
Do not tolerate cowardice.
High Noon Darius is the next skin that was released. This came back in 2019. Now, I have been pretty vocal in my dislike for the High Noon skins in general, and for Darius, I didn't think that this was going to work out, but surprisingly, I don't hate this skin. Even though the champion model is ass ugly, the animations do kind of look cool with the black tint, and I kind of like the new recall animation on this one. I think that for 1350, this is definitely a skin that I would buy. I wouldn't say it's one that you have to have as a Darius main, but if it's on sale, I don't think this is a bad buy, so that's where this one's going.
I have my orders.
Lunar Beast Darius, on the other hand, which was his next skin, which was one of the skins released for the 2021 Lunar New Year, is a skin that I really don't like. I just think aesthetically it doesn't fit Darius. And that's not to say that the Lunar Beast or Lunar Rebel skins aren't good. There are a lot of very good Lunar skins. For me, this one just doesn't fit Darius though. I don't like the clashing red and blue. It makes him feel like he's supposed to be Superman or something. The new recall animation, yeah, it's nice. And the effects, honestly, the effects don't really do much to me. It's only 1350, so I was almost going to put it in the if you get the extra orange essence. But in all honesty, I don't really see the point in buying this. If you're trying to get a Lunar skin, there are plenty of better ones, and if you're trying to get a Darius skin, almost all of them, in my opinion, are better, or at least priced more appropriately.
Don't turn your back, or expose your neck.
Last but not least, Darius's most recent skin actually came out in August 2021, so he's coming up on a year for a new skin, so I'd be on the lookout to see another Darius skin, considering how well they tend to sell. With Crime City Darius, it just feels like they tried to do too many things. It's like, is he a demon? Is he a gangster? Is he still a cowboy? I don't really know. This skin kind of feels a little all over the place, and I wish they would have committed to just one theme. And I guess that's kind of indicative of the Crime City skin line as a whole, which I'm not the biggest fan of. But for Darius in particular, it just doesn't feel like it works. The effects, the animations are fine. They're nothing to write home about. They're nothing that's particularly mind-grabbing. I don't think that this is a bad skin, and it's priced decently at $13.50, but from my perspective, this isn't a skin that you want to be spending money on. If you've got the spare essence, again, if you've got the skin shard, sure, go ahead, give this one a buy. But this should be very low on your priority in terms of the Darius skins you want to buy. So there you have it. That is my official tier list of every single Darius skin that has been released so far. What did you guys think? Which is your favorite Darius skin? Let me know that in the comments. And I'll talk to you next time, Knuckleheads. Peace!